Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. If I look back now, I think I always was an actor from, the age of 5 or 6 or something. I was always, in dormitories at school, telling stories. They'd all fallen fast asleep, but I went on telling, nighttime stories and acting them out madly.
Cha-cha, my dear. I only tried to frighten you. Did you see any of those pretty things, dear?
I have sought only to advance the cause of British children, among whom Wheeler is but a halfpenny bit of our great capital investment in the future.
Tell me, Corporal, are your intentions strictly honorable?
Yes, indeed, sir.
Then you're a bloody fool, Corporal, that's what you are.
Since you refuse to abide by the laws of the civilized world, we must consider ourselves absolved from our duty to obey you. My officers will not do manual labor.
I think people underestimate imagination in these things. And I think if you kind of play games, if you're a lonely child, or have been a lonely child, and you play games on your own, invent characters, invent things, it's only one step more to do that professionally.
She was one of a kind. No question about it. And God himself, they said, couldn't sink her.
You did give me your most solemn promise that you would hold Bristol for 4 months. Yet you have not held it for 4 weeks. You promise mountains, yet you perform molehills.
Young men make wars, and the virtues of war are the virtues of young men. Courage and hope for the future. Then old men make the peace. And the vices of peace are the vices of old men, mistrust and caution.
Have you just sent a telephone message of a threatening character to Mr. Hickson of Portland Place?
I only said I'd burn his house down and cut his liver out.
On the whole, I'm happier in the theater, not from any other reason than your own boss. If something has to be cut, then you can mold your performance round that gap. Whereas acting for the films, if something goes, you cannot adjust your performance. I've seen performances of myself on the screen in which the end has been put at the beginning and vice versa. And if I knew that had been going to happen, I would have performed differently throughout. And so I feel I'm not my own boss.
There is one question I've often asked myself, a question most likely to occur to a countryman. Would you consider it wrong to pray to God for the life of a horse?
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
All the best piers in this country are run naval style, and under my command, Sandcastle Pier is going to be no exception.
So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view?
Luke, you're going to find that many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the greatest modern footballers is a native of this town.
Kalia! That's right, Kalia!
Kalia's the man I mean.
It's been a good life. I wouldn't have had it any other way. But there are times, suddenly you realize you're nearer the end than the beginning. And you wonder what the sum total of your life represents. What difference your being there at any time made to anything. Or if it made any difference at all, really. Particularly in comparison with other men's careers. I don't know whether that kind of thinking's very healthy, but I must admit I've had some thoughts on those lines from time to time.
The Force will be with you, always.